In the world of modern military technology, armored vehicles play one of the most critical roles on the battlefield. For decades, the United States military has been known for its innovation, power, and dominance when it comes to tanks and armored platforms. But as warfare evolves, so too does the technology. While traditional tracked tanks remain important, wheeled armored vehicles have been gaining massive significance. In 2026, America's development and deployment of wheeled armored vehicles is becoming a key factor in mobility, versatility, and speed for future conflicts. When people think of tanks, they usually imagine the massive tracked beasts like the M1 Abrams. But wheeled armored vehicles offer something very different. Instead of relying on heavy tracks, these machines move on multiple large wheels, providing speed, flexibility, and the ability to travel over both roads and off-road terrain with efficiency. In today's world, the United States is focusing heavily on this technology to ensure its forces remain dominant on every kind of battlefield. So, why is America pushing wheeled armored vehicles in 2026? The answer lies in modern warfare itself. Conflicts are no longer fought only in wide-open deserts or faraway rural lands. Much of today's combat is expected to take place in cities, towns, and mixed environments. Wheeled armored vehicles are designed to adapt perfectly to this kind of terrain. They can move faster on highways, deploy rapidly by air transport, and respond to threats with more agility than traditional tanks. One of the most impressive examples in America's arsenal is the Stryker family of wheeled armored vehicles. By 2026, the Stryker has been upgraded with more advanced protection systems, stronger firepower, and better digital connectivity. These vehicles are designed not only to carry troops safely but also to fight in combat. With versions armed with heavy cannons, missile launchers, and advanced sensors, the Stryker is proving that wheeled armored platforms are far from weak. In fact, they are becoming deadly instruments of modern war. In addition, the U.S. military has been working on even more advanced wheeled vehicles that combine artificial intelligence, automation, and remote control features. The future battlefield will not only see manned vehicles but also unmanned systems working together. By 2026, prototypes of autonomous wheeled armored vehicles are being tested to support American forces. These unmanned vehicles can scout dangerous areas, provide fire support, and reduce risks to soldiers. This marks a revolutionary step forward in how America views armored warfare. But let's talk about capability. What makes wheeled armored vehicles so valuable to the United States in 2026? First, speed. A tracked tank is powerful, but it's heavy and slower on paved surfaces. Wheeled vehicles can travel much faster, often reaching speeds above 60 miles per hour. This allows rapid response and redeployment across a wide theater of operations. Second, cost efficiency. Wheeled vehicles are cheaper to maintain compared to traditional tanks. With defense budgets always under pressure, the U.S. military sees wheeled armor as a way to maximize combat power while managing costs. Another key factor is versatility. Wheeled armored vehicles can be customized for different roles. Some act as troop carriers, delivering infantry into battle while keeping them safe from enemy fire. Others are designed for direct combat, with turrets carrying large cannons or anti-tank missiles. There are also command vehicles, medical evacuation vehicles, and reconnaissance variants. This modular approach gives the U.S. Army and Marine Corps unmatched flexibility when deploying forces. By 2026, the U.S. has also integrated cutting-edge defense systems into these vehicles. Active protection systems, which detect and intercept incoming rockets or missiles, are being fielded across the fleet. Modern digital communication systems allow every wheeled vehicle to share data with drones, satellites, and other units instantly. This creates a true network-centric battlefield, where every vehicle acts not just as a weapon but also as a sensor in the fight. Critics often argue that wheeled armored vehicles are less protected than traditional tanks, and this is partly true. A massive Abrams tank still offers heavier armor against direct enemy fire. However, technology is closing the gap. New lightweight composite armor, reactive plating, and electronic countermeasures are giving wheeled vehicles the ability to survive in high-threat environments. The focus is no longer just about heavy armor. It's about speed, awareness, and the ability to avoid being hit in the first place. Let's not forget deployment advantages. One of the biggest challenges with traditional tanks is transportation. Shipping heavy tracked vehicles across the world requires enormous logistical planning. Wheeled armored vehicles, on the other hand, are lighter and more transportable. Many can be flown by aircraft like the C-17 Globemaster or even the C-130 Hercules, giving the U.S. military rapid deployment options anywhere in the world. This is especially critical for America's role as a global power in 2026, where conflicts can erupt unexpectedly. For example, in peacekeeping missions or rapid interventions, a wheeled armored force can arrive quickly, set up defensive positions, and provide immediate security. This speed of response makes America's forces highly adaptable and effective in unpredictable situations. Another area where wheeled armored vehicles shine is urban warfare. In city environments, massive tracked tanks can sometimes struggle with narrow streets, heavy weight, and mobility issues. Wheeled vehicles, however, maneuver more easily, turning tighter corners and navigating through civilian infrastructure with less destruction. This makes them the ideal choice for missions where winning hearts and minds is just as important as winning battles. Looking ahead, America's investment in these vehicles reflects a broader vision for the future of combat. In 2026, the battlefield is no longer dominated by a single type of tank or vehicle. Instead, it's a mix of heavy tracked armor, versatile wheeled platforms, drones, and advanced air power working in perfect coordination. The United States understands that having a balanced force gives it maximum advantage over any adversary. So when we talk about American wheeled armored vehicles in 2026, we're not just talking about machines on wheels. We're talking about a strategy, a vision of mobility, speed, adaptability, and technological dominance. These vehicles are proof that the U.S. military is preparing for the wars of tomorrow, where flexibility and rapid response could mean the difference between victory and defeat. And while the Abrams tank may remain the symbol of American armor, the rise of wheeled armored vehicles shows us a new side of American strength. In the years to come, these vehicles will continue to evolve, incorporating even more powerful weapons, smarter systems, and greater survivability. The future of warfare is fast, connected, and mobile, and America's wheeled armored vehicles are leading that future into 2026 and beyond.